I stepped out of my truck, a bag of feed slung over one shoulder and a thermos of coffee in hand, when I saw it, a garish orange sticker plastered across my tractor's windshield like a badge of shame. "Towing scheduled in 24 hours, non-compliance," it screamed. My blood boiled. This wasn't some suburban cul-de-sac. This was my 47-acre farm, zoned agricultural since World War II, 5 miles from the nearest stoplight. My tractor sat by the barn, same as it had for a decade, surrounded by nothing but fields and cows. Who dared slap this on my property? Before I could rip it off, gravel crunched behind me. A white SUV rolled up my private drive, a magnetic sign reading, "Oak Ridge Compliance Patrol," gleaming on its side. 3 people in crisp polos stepped out, clutching clipboards like weapons. I set the feed down and faced them, forcing calm into my voice. "You folks lost?" The leader, a flushed man named Harold, wiped sweat from his brow. "We're with the Oak Ridge HOA. We've had complaints about unregistered equipment on our managed lot." I laughed, loud and sharp. Oak Ridge was a gated community a mile away, with its manicured lawns ending at my fence. "This is my farm," I said, gesturing to the endless fields. "Zoned agricultural. Always has been." The woman beside him, Karen, flipped her clipboard. "Our updated district map says this parcel's under our jurisdiction." She thrust a color-coded sheet at me, as if it settled everything. I stared, disbelief morphing into fury. "Expansion? Without my consent? No county notice?" They nodded, smug. "I told them to leave before I called my lawyer, or my bull." They scurried back to their SUV, but this was no mistake. I called the zoning office. The clerk confirmed my land was agricultural, and no changes had been filed. My gut twisted. This wasn't about a tractor. It was about power. That night, my neighbor Tom, who runs a dairy farm, mentioned seeing the same SUV on his land, leaving flyers about noise and fences. Then he found a citation taped to his gate. We weren't dealing with a prank. This was a campaign. The next day, I stormed the county recorder's office. The clerk, Mary, frowned at the sticker's photo. "Oak Ridge has been pushing boundaries lately," she said. "They file fake zoning expansions, hoping folks cave to avoid a fight." I pulled every record. My farm's zoning hadn't changed since the 1940s. I laminated a sign for my gate. "Agricultural land. No trespassing. No HOA." But they came back. That evening, I caught their SUV snapping photos of my barn. I waved, recording them with my phone. They sped off, but I saw another sticker in their hands. I called the sheriff, who chuckled. "Post your signs, and if they cross your gate, I'll handle it." That night, my trail cam pinged. Footage showed headlights and a figure with a flashlight skirting my fence. Too close. I saved it to my growing file. This was war. At dawn, I drove back to the county, demanding Oak Ridge's recent filings. Mary handed me a folder. Inside was a map with a red outline swallowing my land and others, no county seal, no approval. It was a fraud slipped into the system like a virus. My cousin Jake, a property lawyer, wasn't shocked. "HOAs are getting greedy," he said. "They target rural land for dues and control." He told me to document everything. Tom called, whispering about a new notice on his barn, fining him $5,000 for excessive animal noise. I shared the fake map. His hands shook, but his eyes hardened. We rallied 5 neighbors, vowing to track every HOA move. They wanted a fight? They'd get one. Then came the drone. At sunrise, a black quadcopter buzzed my barn, red lights blinking as it filmed my tractor. I recorded it, following its path until it fled toward Oak Ridge. Trail cam footage caught a polo-clad figure retrieving it by the road. That afternoon, an unstamped envelope appeared at my gate. Oak Ridge's letterhead threatened $12,000 in fines for livestock waste and equipment storage. Waste? On a farm? I scanned it to Jake. They're digging their grave, he said. This was harassment, provable in court. Sarah, a local reporter, visited after hearing rumors. I showed her the drone video, the fake map, and the notices. She was floored. This is big, she said. Can I go public? I nodded. Let's burn their lies down. Her Sunday article, Farmer Fights HOA Invasion, exploded. The town rallied, cookies at church, claps at the feed store. 3 farmers from other counties shared similar stories. Oak Ridge's president, Linda, was spotted raging by her community's lot. Their plan was crumbling, but I stayed vigilant. Then Linda knocked on my door, pearl necklace gleaming, a citation pad in hand. Final chance to comply. She sneered, claiming my barn violated their unity policy. I gave her 60 seconds to leave. She stepped closer, waving her pad. We have drone footage of illegal dumping on your land. My heart raced, not from guilt, but clarity. She was framing me. I demanded to see the footage. At the hearing, she snapped, storming off. I recorded every word. Jake said we had enough for a restraining order and a fraud investigation. I preempted her lies, scheduling a county environmental inspection. They found nothing. Sarah's article went viral, and a news crew filmed my story by the barn. Mid-interview, I spotted Linda in my cornfield, holding a soil sample bag. I confronted her, phone rolling. Trespassing again? She claimed she was investigating soil leaching. I asked if she knew my barn had audio. Her face strained. She fled. In court, Jake presented our arsenal: drone footage, audio of Linda's trespassing, and the fake map. The judge, a no-nonsense woman, watched the drone video and heard Linda's voice admitting her scheme. Unlawful, she snapped. She issued an injunction, banned Oak Ridge from my land, and ordered a county audit of their finances. The courtroom buzzed. Linda trembled. Outside, reporters swarmed. This was about peace, I said, not rebellion. Back home, my cows didn't care about court. I fed them under a golden sunset, my land still mine. Neighbors gathered, lemonade in hand, laughing about Linda's red-faced defeat. We formed a landowners' coalition. The sheriff reported a county freeze on HOA expansions. Oak Ridge's board collapsed, Linda ousted, fines refunded. The story spread, sparking podcasts and calls from farmers nationwide. I celebrated with a tractor parade. Neighbors brought pies, banjos, and a banner. Not zoned for nonsense. The original sticker, now framed, hung in my barn, a reminder of the line they couldn't cross. My tractor gleamed, not just a tool but a symbol. The land was quiet, my boundaries ironclad. They thought they could bully a farmer. They learned who I was. What do you think? Was I right to fight, or should I have negotiated? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate. Share your stories of standing up to overreach. Hit that like button if you're Team Tractor, and subscribe for more real-life battles.